Hi everybody, I want to share a quick tip with you today on practice, which hopefully will help you. This is based on a conversation I recently had with one of my students that had to do with not making enough progress in the practice room. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have had this experience, as I have in the past, where no matter how hard you work and how many hours you put into practice, you just don't see the progress. You just can't get over to that next level. And one of the main reasons for that could be that you don't have clear goals established at the top and during your practice session. I remember years ago when I started that many times my practice session felt like it was kind of on autopilot. I would just grab the guitar and play whatever I wanted at the time. Even if I did have a piece of music that I was working on, it wasn't really clear as to what I wanted to do with that piece of music in my practice. Unfortunately, that ended up showing in my playing when I played for others in private settings and also when I started to get on stage and play publicly. Study after study has shown that the most successful musicians always set very clear and very specific goals at the beginning of their practice and during their practice sessions. When challenges come up, for example, experts will analyze the challenge, they figure out a cause or possible cause and a solution, and then they implement their solution using strategic practice. And of course, they have very attainable goals. So it's not that they're trying to work on a piece of music that is way beyond their current level. They're working within their level, maybe ever so slightly past it, but not too much. It's still within reach. And they set clear goals as to what they want to do. I want to give you an example of one thing that I do in my practice. So I have a piece of music. Let's say it's a brand new piece of music. The first thing I do is my goal, I'll first, if I have the opportunity to do so, listen to the music. If not, I'll play one time through the piece of music, not the whole thing, just the first very, very short musical phrase, 1 to 4 measures long, something like that, 0 to 10 seconds long of a phrase of music. And I'm gonna make sure that I pick a musical phrase that has a very clear beginning and ending musically. Now, once I've picked that phrase, as I played through it, I'm gonna first mark down where my challenges are. Every spot that seems a little bit difficult, a little challenging mechanically, I'm gonna put a little bracket on that if I have the opportunity to do so on sheet music. If not, if I'm learning from an audio source, I'll timestamp it and write down what the challenge is. If it's an arpeggio, I'll write down 0.03 seconds arpeggio. Simple. Now I've established the challenges and I've gone through it. Now my next goal is first to try to memorize the phrase with correct fingering, correct rhythm, correct articulation, everything correct, but very, very slowly, and from memory, right? It's a very clear goal. Memorize phrase 1 from memory, correctly, slowly, etc. My second goal is to improve those challenges. So already I'm going into the practice knowing that I want to work on that piece of music, that first phrase, and my challenges. Now, one thing that I think is very important is to write these down. Make sure you have a practice log. It can be written down, you can do a spreadsheet, it doesn't matter. Just write down your goals, write down your challenges, the solutions, and then keep a running log of that by date. When I go back to my practice tomorrow, I can look at exactly what I did today and for the last couple of weeks and see exactly what I've worked on and what I've accomplished, which makes me feel pretty good, seeing that I am making progress. It also shows me where I need more work. If I'm stuck on a particular thing, something needs to change, I need to find another solution for that. So having a practice log is absolutely crucial. Now, I mentioned earlier that when you run across challenges in your music, you want to make sure to address them strategically or very deliberately. And if you want to make sure you're doing that correctly, I made a video on deliberate practice that's on the screen now where I break down the exact process to make sure that you're doing it right. See you there.